Okay, what's up guys? So I put in some a little more work onto the hatch. I just took out the washer fluid reservoir. I left all the wiring in because it's so cruddy I couldn't even unplug any of the sensors. As well as I took out the AC, whatever this is. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if it's like a pump or something, but I know it was connected to AC lines. And I took out the AC lines throughout the rest of the bay. So I have this box from HIDs zip tied up on the back over here. And it looks pretty neat. It's clean. So I'm gonna do the same thing on that side to clean up the engine bay a little more and tuck the wires down into that hole and just zip tie it up so that's clean. Then I'm gonna route this chassis harness wire on the back on the firewall so the motor will be covering it and make out for a cleaner look. I did start taking off the intake manifold and the head is coming off now. Alright, so a quick update on the Civic, the hatch. I actually got the head off of the motor and I'm currently separating the tranny from the block, so we're making more progress on getting this out. I didn't even get the manifold off. I have these two top 12s to get rid of on the center runners, but the head is off, so I'm going to be keeping this for sure. I also took out the washer fluid bottle and the AC canister and like all around the lines for the AC, as well as some of the power steering lines. So yeah, I did make a lot of progress today. I'm going to try and extend this video longer, so I'm going to take off the tranny right now and then just move the block out of the way. Okay, so now that the tranny is off of the block, I'm probably going to sell this or scrap it. I don't know yet. It has no use to me and it's pretty old. So I have the head ready and the tranny off. But since I'm doing a B20V, I'm really in no rush to, get everything ready, so I can take my time with cleaning the engine bay and cleaning all the parts because that tranny is like disgusting. I got to get the head resurfaced and order a new throttle body and just things like that. So until then, I'll be looking for a B20 bottom end, and in the meantime, I'll be cleaning up the car and getting it ready for the new swap. All right, what's up, guys? The next day, it's absolutely miserable out. It's like 2 degrees and raining, but I still wanted to see if I can, put a little work in. So I'm gonna see if I can get the tranny clean and the block cleaned off. Because I got the power washer out. I may have changed my plans simply because I've done some research on the B20 bottom end and it has thinner cylinder walls, meaning it's not as reliable for boost in the long term. The thinner cylinder walls will probably, well, I'd have to sleeve it. So I might do a full rebuild of this GSR bottom end. Crank, rods, pistons, rings, ACL, main, and rod bearings. And then, just new water pump, oil pump, and, probably clean it off, paint it, and get this head ready to go. I'll keep the stock GSR head. I want a new intake manifold. 1, because I hate taking that off, and 2, because a new one would be better than stock, more efficient. The tranny's also staying. I'm going to try and clean off the tranny as well, too, today. And since the suspension's not back together, and I don't feel like doing that today because it's, too cold out and rainy, and I have no reason to pull it out, we're not going to do the bay yet. But for now, let's see if we can get these parts washed. I just don't want to drag it all the way out the garage because this little lip, it'll make it hard for me to get it back in by myself. But this is a little before shot, filthy. So we're going to spray down the front half of the block first. It's like that's as much as we're going to get with just the spray. So I got this little degreaser. Gonna spray that on, let it sit. Sweet. Perfect. All right, so after spraying it and degreasing it a couple times, it's actually a lot better than before. The rest of it, in all those small corners and stuff, I could probably get off with a wire wheel, and I'm gonna have to before I paint it. And the back side of the block, I'm just gonna do when I get it on the engine stand because there's not much, space and things like that, and I want to tear everything down first, and it'll be easier that way. So I'm gonna drag it back in, pull the tranny out now, and do the tranny. So this is the tranny. I don't know if I filmed the before shot, but it is definitely a lot cleaner than it was before. So this one might almost be ready for paint. There's a couple more gunks and stuff down there that I can, scrape off or get a wire wheel to. But yeah, I'm liking the look of that. It's starting to rain a lot more, so I'm probably gonna call it for the pressure washing. But I'm not sure what else to work on inside, so we might end today off here for work, but we'll continue tomorrow. Okay, so the two together, the tranny and the block, definitely looking a lot nicer. Yeah, so just gonna wait until I can get the motor up on a stand. so I can really start the tear down and we can go from there. The head is going to stay the same way it is. I'm probably just going to replace the gasket on the VTEC solenoid, as well as, yeah, I think that should be it. I'm going to see what I can do when it comes to prepping the head. I'm probably not going to paint it until it's on the block, so I can paint them all at once. I feel like it'd be easier that way, so I don't have to mask anything. I can just pop the valve cover on and, you know, just paint the side of it that way. I decided I wanted to go pick up the engine stand. It was about time. No point putting it off. So here it is. This is a 1,250 pound engine stand. It's from Princess Auto, the Canadian version of Harbor Freight, basically. So it was cheap. That's the quality. It's all it really needs anyway. Or sorry, that's all I really need anyway to hold up this engine. So I'm going to cut the box open and start putting it together. One of these together before, but I'm sure it's just as easy as reading the instructions and, you know, bolting everything in. So it shouldn't take long. This is all the pieces that came with it. It looks like the two legs, the back for the U shape and where that mounts up to. Obviously the tray for the motor, and looks like the bolts and stuff like that. Yeah, that looks like it. I guess these go through it and hold it. I was gonna use my transmission bolts if that's what I had to do, but looks like it comes with some mounting for the motor. And yeah, the stand, or the arm to turn it. Cool, let's put it together. Okay, not that I expected it to be hard, but it's done now. I didn't even really need the instructions. They were also really bad. They were just like bolt sizes and stuff. They didn't really say much. So yeah, I just went with the flow and pieced everything together. So I guess the only thing left to do now is take the block, slap it on there, and then we can start getting the teardown started. Alright, so the motor is now finally on the stand. I'll be able to work on it now. We can finally start the motor teardown, which is perfect. So the reason why I put the GSR on there is because I decided I don't want to do the B20V anymore. So yeah, we just do it up there and now I can start tearing it down instead of waiting until I get the new motor. So there's not much really left to do, I guess, other than, you know, tear that down and clean up the base. So not sure what we'll be doing in the next video. I'm pretty excited to start tearing this down. So if that's what I start working on, then that's what I'll video. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and make sure you're back for the next one.